Yes, you better know where you are. You better get ready to tune in because it's Monday night, baby. Y'all know what we do. We do the SheEO Center Stage. Yes, I'm so excited. I am just looking forward to my guest because she's so sweet and special. And every time I see her, she has the biggest smile and she just makes you feel so good anytime you're around her with a good energy. So I want you guys to go ahead and get some people on this broadcast, tag some people, like it, share it out, let people know this is the place to be, baby, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Monday night. Yes, it's nowhere else you should want to be but on the SheEO Center Stage with me. I am your girl, Angela A. Love Lewis, and I want you all to make sure that you get ready and get excited. So as you're coming in, let me know where you're coming from. Let me know that you're here in the house. So if you haven't shared it out, listen, y'all, don't make me say it again. Go ahead and share this broadcast because tonight's guest is none other than Miss Katrina Wilcox. Yes. So I know y'all all know that she's one of our favorite paparazzi ladies, but tonight she gonna come on and tell you what she really do, right? See, some of y'all don't know about the other side, but you're gonna find out tonight, right? You will. And she's gonna give you some amazing information. And so I'm getting ready to do her bio here. So give me 1 second to pull it up so that way y'all can know who we talking about, right? All right. So, Miss Katrina Wilcox, let's see. She's a licensed counselor in the state of Georgia. She has a master's degree in clinical mental health counseling. She has a passion for what she does, and she loves to see people do well. Yes, don't you love people who love to see you do well? She feels that given the right information and tools, people can thrive. Not perfect, but they can be well and have a life that is normal for them. She has several clients with all types of diagnoses from schizophrenia, bipolar, depression, suicidal ideation, and anxiety. She also has served clients that may need direction in life because of tough life situations that have been really hard and they need to discover a solution in healing for themselves. Her counseling style is warm and interactive. Her approach combines the whole person, not just the mind, but looking in all areas of one's life to assess the best possible outcome for wellness. This includes a cognitive behavioral therapy, solution-focused therapy, and client-centered therapy. She will tailor your dialogue and treatment plan to meet your unique and specific needs. She specializes in stress, anxiety, relationship issues, family conflicts, self-esteem, and depression. She's also experienced in parenting issues, caregiving issues and stress, communication problems, family problems, isolation and loneliness, self-love, and then, of course, women's issues. Her clinical approaches are around client-centered therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, solution-focused therapy, and family systems. And just a few more things about her, honey. She is degreed up in this thing and got certification and everything, baby. She's on the national board. She's national board certified counselor. She's a member of the American Counseling Association. She's a member of the Licensed Professional Counselors of Georgia. And she's a member of, is it Chi Psi Iota Council? Okay, come on. I owe the Council of Honor Society. Had to make sure I got that right. Need a little help with that one, baby. Listen, bring it to the center stage, honey, Miss Katrina Wilcox.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for the introduction. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
You are welcome. You know, I love when I see you, girl, whether it's virtual or in person. I just love it because you just, your energy. And I love that you said your style is warm and interactive because that's who you are. Yeah. Naturally. And so I know that really kind of resonates with your clients and really makes them feel at home when they're sharing really difficult information, because nobody really wants to come and say that, you know, I'm having some challenges. And so tonight is a great time for you to be here because this is Mental Health Monday. So listen, I don't know how we got it on the right day, but listen, we got the right one for the right day. So Katrina, tell us a little bit about yourself outside of, you know, what you shared, or even go a little bit more in depth about what you shared about what you do for a profession.
Okay, yes, I sure will. A little bit more about me. I'm married. I have a family. I love what I do. I think mental health is very important. I've been in therapy before myself. Sometimes, you know, we focus on the physical and not the mental, and that is so needed. And like you said earlier, I deal with all types of diagnoses. I also deal with the wounded well, and those are the people, that everyday people like us that don't have a mental health diagnosis, that need someone to talk to. So I'm available for that as well. And I love what I do. I have a heart what I do. Sometimes people don't understand the calling or the purpose, and that's what I feel this is for me with God. It's a calling, it's a purpose, it's my ministry. I invest in people. I'm an instrument, I'm a tool that God uses to help people to get to the other side of their healing, to get to the other side of the normal that's for them, for as their mental health is concerned. And sometimes it's hard for people, but I am here to serve them. I am a server. I'm in the profession. I've always found myself in this position of serving or caring for someone. I'm gonna tell you, Angela, it goes back to even when I was a child. When I was young, I was raised by a single mother, right? And so you know how you go outside, I don't know if you remember how you make mud pies or you played volleyball or you did different things like that. I would sneak food out to the people in the community. I would sneak cheese out the house. I don't know, I was sneaking things out of the house. I know my mom was a single mom, but I was like, oh, they hungry. And she's like, you taking food out of the house to give to someone else. But I've always had a servant's heart. It's always been there for me. And so I'm also retired after 26 years with the Fulton County government. I worked in a fire department. I retired in 2016. I transitioned careers. I was administrative coordinator with the Fulton County Fire Department. I retired in 2016. And then I had to leave. And that was the hardest thing for me when you're transitioning, right? Yeah. But you know, God always give us a purpose and a plan. Sometimes we don't always know the plan all the way out, but there's a purpose for the plan, a plan for the purpose. So as I was transitioning, I was like, Lord, you really want me to do this? So just thinking about things, and after getting clearance from the Holy Spirit, I made the transition. I had to finish clinicals. Clinicals required full time. And clinicals, when I worked in a mental health hospital where I had to do my internship, and there was different phases with that. So I did that to learn even more about my craft. But back to Fulton County, I've always found myself in a counseling position because people would come in my office and just cry. People would come and say, it's something about this room. It's something about you. And they would just tell me their life stories. And even now, if my husband and I go somewhere, people just start talking to me. So it's not me, it's the giving talent that God has placed in me, and he allows me to use it to serve others. So that's what my heart is. That's what my passion is. That's what I believe that I'm here for. And it's so freeing. It's so exuberating. It's just so exciting to be where you need to be for yourself and how you can serve others too. It's very rewarding. So that's who I am.
Baby, did y'all see her get all excited and bring that passion and that energy into what she does? And that's when you know that people are genuinely
Mhm,
matched up in their purpose, because
mhm,
it comes out of your pores. As you talk
mhm,
about it, I see the light in your
mhm,
eyes. I see that you feel that thing. It's not that
mhm,
you are, patty caking with it. You have really tapped into what you do. And I want to kind of mention another thing too, because I
okay.
see Brother Pat says, I love it. Yes.
Mhm,
You mentioned that as a child, and I firmly believe that people step into their gifts and things, and your childhood is a great
mhm,
indicator of the things that you're going to be very successful in, because you really it's an extension of who you already are. You
yeah,
don't have to work hard at it. You just
mhm,
it just comes naturally. So, those are the things I think that sometimes when people say, I don't know what my passion is or my purpose is, if you go back to when you were a child and
mhm,
the things that you just did and
mhm,
nobody had to tell you, or they had to pull you away because you were having such a good time
mhm,
doing it, those are the things that you're going to be passionate about. And it may be dormant, but it can be revived if you can
mhm,
get around the right people to help pull it out of you. And
mhm,
so you gave us so much in that, just talking about, even from what you did before to
mhm.
transitioning is hard. And for a lot of
Oh
people, it
yes.
can give them anxiety, it can give them
Mhm, mhm,
depression,
mhm,
particularly when you transition and it's not of your own will.
mhm.
So what advice do you give people who are in those positions where transitions come up and it's may not always be voluntary? How
Mhm.
can they help themselves to embrace the new?
Right. Great question. One way that you can do that in transition to decreasing anxiety, to decrease depression, and the thoughts. Let's not forget about the thoughts that come with it too. So I can always share my story. Even in the transition, you have certain concerns financially. You have a family. What is this going to look like? How am I going to succeed in this? But when you're in purpose and calling, right? It's not always
Mm.
going to be easy. It's just not. And sometimes some things are a sacrifice, but one thing I have to say for me, I have a personal relationship with Christ. I have a personal relationship with the Holy Spirit. And so when you're going through things like that, and you have a foundation of faith, it makes that transition much easier. Sometimes you may not always understand, but even in the transition, you have to do your research. You have to know where you're going, some sense of direction. You may not have the full picture, but if you do your research, say, what is this going to cost me? What is this going to look like for me individually? First of all, are you prepared mentally and spiritually for the transition? Yeah. Do you need
Mm.
to sit on it just a little bit to get a little bit more research to make the move? But everything is not going to be comfortable. Some things are a leap of faith. Some things you have to step out on faith to get to the other side. And then you know how sometimes you make the transition, and once you do, you be like, man, why didn't I move sooner? Why didn't I move quicker? Sometimes it's fear. Sometimes it's you. Sometimes it's voices that you're listening to. Sometimes you, and also too, being prepared for the transition. And what I mean by that is, stay, what's the saying? Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So when that time comes,
Yes,
you may
yes.
have a little hesitation, but it won't be so pressed on you. Also, guess what? Talk to someone. It can be a therapist, a professional. It can be a close friend, someone you trust. It can be your faith community. It can be your pastors, whatever. Talk to someone and get more information. But however, don't let the information determine your final decision. That's between you and God, and you just use the information as a tool to influence the decision. And see other people that has made the transition. Before I made that transition of retiring and moving and going through my internship, because my internship was non-paid, right? So guess what?
Mhm,
That affects the household, that affects the
mhm,
income. So you have to have conversations with your spouses or your significant others. You have to have a conversation with your children, what that's going to look like. It's a lot of things to prepare. So
mhm.
make a list, know what you're getting yourself into. Figuring out how you're going to do, what's going to be the plan. Is there going to be a supplement for the income? Is your spouse or significant other okay with you making that transition? Or are you going to
Mhm.
have to you have to leave that good government job? Once we get a good government job, we don't want to go anywhere.
You don't want to leave, but you be like,
Yes, yes. I started that job when I was 19 years old, and I stayed for 23
wow.
years. That's how good God has been to me. He
Hmm.
blessed me with the job. So if he blessed me with that one, he's gonna bless me with another one.
Come
You know what I'm
on.
saying? And you have to remind yourself of those things. And you know what? You are worth the risk. You are worth taking a chance on you. I don't want to go with woulda, shoulda, coulda, what would have happened. Why didn't I do that? Why did I wait so
Mm.
long? Now, you may wait some time before you make that transition, but move, baby, move. You got to move. You got to do something to get where you want to go, even in the transition. So let's not allow the thoughts to overtake us. You can take control of those thoughts. You don't have to entertain it, right? So finding your purpose, finding that plan, doing your research, back to transition, doing your research, have an idea where you're going, ask questions, get information, and also to have an idea in that transition of going, what it looks like on the other side. Find someone that's already in the field. That's what I did. I found someone who did the same internship site, what was going on there, how it affected them. I needed that information to give me a sense of peace too. You need that peace when you transition. You don't want to transition in confusion, but the confusion come and the non-peace come because you know how to do the legwork. You got to do the work. You got to do your research and having comfortable. Also, too, if you're able to save financially for yourself, make sure all that plays a part. You got to be grown in this situation. You got to be grown in this, and you got to do it. You can do it in fear. You can do it in faith. It's up to you. Yeah. So that's the transition piece for me.
Baby, Katrina didn't give y'all an uppercut, a good punch. She didn't pat you on the back and brought you back up. Listen, move, baby, move.
Right.
Have the hard conversations that you need to have with your family. Get prepared and position yourself to know what's on the other side. That's excellent advice. Regardless of what you're doing in life, all of those are good things because it helps you to get yourself together. Because I'm telling y'all, you can jump down. You can be at the top getting ready to jump. And what looks like mud could also be something else. You know what I'm saying? You got to figure out, and sometimes you got to take your time to figure out what that looks like when you jump and not just be so quick to jump, because you got to have informed decisions. But at the same time, you also got to trust and have faith, especially if you serve God. You got to have a listening ear and go to him, talk to him and ask him, say, Holy Spirit, help me and let me know if this is a good move for me to do what I got to do. And so I love that. I love that you covered all the bases, because sometimes people just do things and they just think it sounds good, but good is always the enemy of great. And sometimes we're thinking, oh, this is a good move, and really and truly it may not be. Maybe you need to be still because something better is coming along, or you look and you say, okay, yes, this is it. This is for me. Boom. And I don't look back. I'm never turning back. So let me ask you this. Outside of the four walls, how did you come up with that title?
That's a great question. Holy Spirit. I had gone to a women's conference, and in that women's conference, all the information that I was getting, all the word I was getting, I was like, but guess what? In that time, I was like, Lord, I need a name. I don't have a name for the business, right? And so it dropped in my spirit, outside the four walls counseling services. And that's exactly what it is. And the four walls is society, work, family, and you. All those. And you think about it, you got four walls, you got four sides, you got two here, you got two back. So it's four. Family, society, work, and you. That covers a whole person. That covers you on the inside, your job, your family, society, when being institutionalized to think, to feel, all of that. Also, just real quick, I want to go back. It's in my spirit to share too. With the transition, timing is everything. I just want to say that too.
That's good. That's good. Timing, honey. Yes. I love
everything. Yep.
Timing is everything. And you know what? That is, I don't care what you're doing. I know I used to be in network marketing. And I used to say that all the time. Timing and positioning is everything, and how you posture yourself up as you go through things. Eliasa says, sure is. It is. Yes, it is. Yes, absolutely. It is. So, Katrina, I'm going to tell you this. I want you to be able to have an opportunity to share with everybody by yourself. So whatever you have prepared, whatever you want to give them, go ahead. Take your little time. I'm going to pop off of here and let you do what you do. And then I'll pop back in.
All right. Let's do this. Yes, let's do this. My pleasure. Hello, once again, I'm Katrina Wilcox. I'm a licensed professional therapist. I serve your mental health needs. I serve the whole person, your mind, body, and spirit and emotions. I would like to share for you, that's what I offer in service. Whatever you're dealing with, being anxiety, depression, marital issues, stress, loneliness, woman issues, conflict, family conflict, whatever it is. And I want to tell you also too, you are the most important person in your own life. If you are not well, nothing around you can be well. So you can't be a good you can't be a good provider, you can't be a good friend, you can't be a good wife, you can't be a good sister, you can't be a good person in the community if your mind is not right. Everything starts with a thought, right? So we think, we feel, we respond. We think, we feel, we respond. We have a thought, we have an emotion attached to it, and then we respond either verbally or in behavior, right? So a lot of times when it comes to our thoughts, we'll meditate on things that are very disturbing. And so since this is an opportunity to talk about business and who you are and what you do, right? So we can be the great entrepreneurs, we can great business people, but what about that mind in doing so? It comes with stress, it comes with labor of love if you're passionate, have a purpose in what you're doing, but you also need to take care of yourself. If you take care of the mind, you can do the business. If you take care of the mind, you can do the physical of what you're trying to do, that labor, that time and effort you have to put in. But if your mind is not right, you can't do any of that. So you got to take care of you. You got to value who you are. You got to value where your place is in the earth. And it starts with the mind. I want to share this. Let me not get ahead of myself too. I wanted to share this scripture with you too. In Philippians 4:8, I'm going to read it to you. It says, finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatever so things are honest, whatever so things are just, whatever so things are pure, whatever so things are lovely, whatever so things are of good report, if there be any virtue, if there be any praise, think on these things. So even the Bible tells us how to think, right? And so if you're having thoughts, we got to cast those thoughts down. It tells you that. One of my favorite scriptures is Jeremiah 29:11. It says, for I know the thoughts that I think towards you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end, to an expected hope, right? So if God is talking about our thoughts, that's the spiritual side. We got to take care of the natural side as well. So you can have the spiritual and the natural, but you got to take care of both. They all work together when I talk about the whole person, right? So I'm a Christian. I have to be a licensed professional counselor, and I love what I do. So I'm here to serve you. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you get to the other side of a normal for you. Sometimes we compare ourselves to other in business, not in business, at home, our roles as wives, as mothers, in the community. And a lot of times we get bogged down like, am I doing enough? Am I good enough? So being careful with your thoughts is very important. I suggest to just to give you a few tools. I won't be before you long. If you need to write things out, write it in a journal. Find ways to be in a community such as the SheEO District. I love the SheEO District. They have been a blessing to me. When my mom passed, they were there with the CARES department. So it's a great community. Find your community, find your niche. But here's the thing, don't allow fear to keep you from connecting to other people. We need each other. We're not meant to be on the earth alone. That's why God created Eve for Adam. It was not good for man to be alone. So we need sisterhood. We need relationships. That's a part of that mental health. Mental health is not always just going to see someone like myself or go and talk to a doctor or that type of thing. It's community, it's your environment, it's your ear gate, it's your eye gate. That all develops who you are. Who you surround yourself with will help you feel better about who you are and how you think of yourself. But sometimes we'll allow fear of past experiences in our thinking, in our feeling, because we think, we feel, we respond, we're reacting, right? Sometimes we allow that fear of past experiences to hinder us to get to the other side of the transition of where we're trying to go in business, of who we are as people, so you need that connectivity. Also, as you go through your thoughts, I created something called the Let It Go box. And this is what you do, right? This is just some tips on the mental health so you can get to the other side of where you need to be. It's called the Let It Go box. And all you do, you take a shoe box. You can decorate it. You can make it pretty. You can bling it out or whatever, right? And I don't have one with me, but just imagine a shoe box, right? So you take the top of the lid, you put a slit in the lid, and certain things that are bothering you, whether it's spiritual, financial, children, anxiety, depression, thoughts are just really bogged down. Write it down. Figure out, why am I even thinking this way? Why am I even entertaining this thought? Is it true? Right? So you can think a thing, but is there any evidence to what you're thinking? If there's no evidence to what you're thinking, guess what? You don't have to entertain it. If there's evidence to what you're thinking and it's in your control, you can do something about it. Even if it's evidence of something you're thinking and you don't have any control, guess what? You have to explore it. You have to talk it out. You have to figure out what your options are and go from there. Writing your thoughts down and to figure out what is the contributing factor, the underlying issue of why I'm thinking this way. It can be past relationships. It can be trauma. It can be how you see. It can be self-esteem, how you view the world. It can be your childhood. It can be relationships that you had in the past in school. You know, you haven't had people make you feel like you're not good enough. You're never gonna be anything, and all those type of things that will hinder your process. But I promise you, there's joy on the other side. You just got to get through what you're going through, and you have to give it a chance. Mental health in our community is needed. People are now in our community going, you know what? I'm seeing a lot of people, I'll say it that way. And you begin to like, you know, it's so much, it can be consuming even for the therapist, because you want to help everybody, right? But guess what? The beauty for me is that God gives me grace to do what I do. It's not always easy, it's not always pretty. He did not promise that we would not have trouble. He did not promise we would have issues and things going on. If even in the Bible it says seek counsel, right? I'm in the word. It says seek counsel. Yes. So as well as you're doing your spiritual, you have to do the natural, and you have to invest in you. You have to know that you're worthy, right? And even when you have doubt, thoughts that come up of doubt, and I'm not good enough, or I can't make it another day, or I don't know what I'm gonna do. Sometimes naturally you need to get some things in order in your home. Sometimes naturally you just have to push yourself to do what you got to do so you can do what you want to do, right? So those are some natural things. But if you don't move or do anything, it won't happen. You can't even help yourself if you don't put the effort in for you. So you're important. So that's my responsibility to help you get through the other side in your mental health. I deal with the spiritual as well as the natural and the mental, the physical and the emotional. I look at the whole person. And I love what I do. I thank God for what I do. He's given me the grace. I consider myself as an instrument to people to help them, to help navigate. Really, you already have the answer. It's on the inside. That's what therapy does. It's an exchange. I learn from you, you learn from me, and I'm just here to help you think a little bit different, see the world a little bit different, have a different point of view of where you're going and where you're trying to go, to confirm some things and unconfirm some things. Everything you think is not true. Everything you feel is not true. And you have to be okay with that. Sometimes we're thinking a little bit off, and sometimes you need that person kind of bring you in a little bit. Hey, let's not consider that. So, and therapy takes time. If you consider therapy or you want to go in therapy, it takes time to change behavior, because the therapist is working with all of you, how you think, how you feel, how you process, your worldview, your faith view, your family values, where you like as a kid. I mean, we get to the nitty gritty. We have to. I start from the back to get to the front. And what I mean by that, I start with your family history, because your environment and where you grew up plays a role in who you are today, right? Because you come from the hood, don't mean you are the hood. No, 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 no. Sometimes people get that twisted. Does it affect who you are and sometimes the way you think and process? Of course it does, because that's that you were in the nature, you were in the nurture. The nurture is home, the nature is the environment, right? So all that plays a role. But guess what? Your past is not to dictate who you are and where you're going and what God created you to be. You are who you are, and you're here for a purpose. You're here for a calling. Your life has meaning. I can say that, but you have to know it for yourself. But guess what? That's when you have to do the work. And sometimes the work is not always easy, but the work is worth it to make you be a better person of who you are. Thank you so much. I'm Katrina Wilcox, a licensed professional counselor, and it's my pleasure to be here. I can hear you. Okay.
I said, I didn't even want to come back. That was so good to me. I'm over here like, come on, Katrina. Listen, all of that was so powerful, so eloquently put together for people to understand that you're not your circumstances. You're not all the things, you know what I'm saying? You may have been through some things, but like I said, you know, in let me shameless plug here for our new anthology, you can still have the audacity to be empowered, regardless of how you, like you said, just because you came from the hood don't mean you got to still stay stuck there. You can continue to move on with your life and do some things and experience something wonderful. So, girl, honey, listen, look, Elias said, yeah, she's amazing. Chantel come in and said, good evening, everyone. I'm loving this. Thank you so much for sharing. Somebody else, Facebook user, oh my goodness, I took notes and got my shoebox, baby. Get that shoebox ready. Kelly said, yes, this was good. Katrina, you know what? It's so funny because, again, we just see you I just see you, and I'm sure a lot of the ladies in the SheEO see you doing exceptional with your paparazzi business, and you do well with that. But this side of Katrina, honey, baby child, yes.
This is my first love. This is my first
This
love
side
right here.
baby. Yes, I am loving it because it's passionate, and it lets people know that if they come to you, you're going to work it out. You're going to help them to get to the bottom of whatever it is that's going on. And that's all you can ask. Because sometimes, you know, when you're dealing with people in a professional aspect, a lot of times they get clinically detached, you know, because they put on that persona of, okay, well, I'm the doctor now and I'm telling you the information or whatever. But it's something to be said about, you know, having somebody who has the energy that you have, because it makes that, it taps into the energy that you have. So, you know, you can't be around you and not feel it contagious and not want to do better and not want to see yourself becoming well. And once you get the mental image of you being well, now you can start moving towards getting to what you see, making it a reality. So I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. So let me go ahead and give you the traditional question from the SheEO Center stage.
Okay.
How important is visibility to your business?
Oh, yes. Visibility is very important to my business. I'm putting myself out there, networking in my other community, in my counseling community to other people. People don't know you unless you put yourself out there, put your information out there, have your website out there. It's very important that they see you, staying connected, consistency, whatever they may be. Also with that consistency, making sure that you're present. If you're saying you're going to do something, do it. If you're going to give someone your word, be there as much as quite naturally things come up, life happens. But if visibility, if you told someone you was going to do something, keep your word. That's very important, especially with visibility and showing up. You got to show up. You got to show up. And guess what? You have to be prepared. You want people to call you back and come back. You got to have your stuff together too. You got to know your craft. Yeah.
Baby, that's a mic drop. Let me go on and segue into the fact that Angela A. Love Lewis and the We Shine Media Solutions, we really want to be able to help people to get the visibility. And you are absolutely right. It takes preparation. It takes consistency. It takes you continuing to put yourself out there, because if nobody knows about you, then it really just hinders you from becoming exactly who you need to be and what you need to be when it comes to your business dealings. So make sure you book a chat with Angela, baby, a chat with Angela.com, so we can talk about strategies to help you get out here and get seen. But what I love is that one of the biggest things you can do for yourself is know your business. Like Katrina is really a shining example of knowing her business. She is telling you what she does, how she does it. And that is what allows you to stand out. Because I'm guaranteeing you, when people see this broadcast, if they needed some assistance with mental health issues, if they needed someone to talk to work through their anxiety or their depression, I will most definitely say, girl, get with my girl Katrina, because she's the person that really is going to help you figure it out. And I just think that's such a major thing. So let me say this, as I said, that, you know, SheEO is fun. We have a lot of fun. We do a lot of different activities, and Katrina is always a part of that, bringing her special brand and version of sunshine and excitement and happiness, you know, giving you big hugs and big smiles. And so if you want to see her again, I'm pretty sure she'll be there. Look, hopefully she will. But April the 29th is the next SheEO brunch, baby. So come on, let's check out this video. So you know what you're about to get into, right?
Shout out to the little waitresses and the waiters that have been serving us today. Shout out to the. Let me see where I begin. She's been in working in and on purpose. This year will be the year. Okay, when we get to the end, you gotta scream, okay? My business is profitable. Therefore, come on, say it. I want y'all to point and say, therefore. Oh, I like that. That's good. All right, here we go.
You saw it here, honey. Listen, that's what
Awesome.
we do all the time is have a great time at the SheEO brunches. So don't miss the next one, April the 29th. Go to the SheEODistrict.com so that you can go ahead and register and get your tickets. But not only do you go there for that, if you want to get some visibility for your own self, for your own brand, your own business, your own products, and your own services, go to the SheEODistrict.com so that you can go and become part of Center Stage. So I can be shouting you out on a Monday night, letting you know, honey, letting the people know who you are and what you do. Go to programs, and then from there, make sure that you go to SheEO Center Stage and then fill it out so that we can be telling you, and you can be on here like Miss Katrina, honey, let people know
Yes.
who you are and
Yes.
what you do and why you're so special. I just really believe that, it's just a great opportunity when you have something like Center Stage to take advantage of it, because it's here in the SheEO District. It's free publicity for your business. And I mean, why would you not take advantage of that? If you are out here and you cannot say, if you're struggling in your business and you haven't been on Center Stage, then shame on you, because you should be on here so you can tell people about who you are and what you do. And like Katrina said, be intentional, be prepared, get yourself together, and then make it do what it do. So before I go further, Katrina, because I do want to ask you another for you to share with everybody what you have coming up, and then any final words. But before I do that, I want to announce, because y'all know we always talk about who's the most engaged person up in this piece, right? Well, drum roll. It's none other than our very own Eliasa Simpson. Coach baby. Yes, I love it. I love it. Illy has came through, honey, because y'all know she be on that mental health and wellness tip as well. So I know this was near and dear to her heart. So Illy, make sure you shout us out and let us know that you up in the place and you about to get your I'll send you the information so that you can get your special prize for being the most engaged broadcast winner for tonight. So Katrina, let me let you tell people, how can they get in contact with you, and what do you have going on next, and any final words you want to share with everybody?
Yes. Okay. The way you can get in contact with me is through my website. It's www.outsidethefourswalls.com. That's how you can contact me. My contact number is 678-723-9812. That's my business line. Also, I'm on Instagram, Enough I Am CW. You can contact me that way also. The next thing I have coming up, I do therapy on a daily basis with clients and that type of thing. I have a speaking engagement in May, but it's for the private sector. So that's what I'm doing next. So also too, if you need me to come to corporate to speak on mental health, I'm available for that also. I meant to throw that plug in as well. So that's what I'll be doing next. I'll also be at the SheEO brunch on April 29th. Let me just get a plug in about the brunch. Now the brunch, you're going to enjoy yourself. You're going to have a great time. I think I've only missed two since I've been going for a while, over a year. That will help your mental health too. You need to be around like-minded people that are thinking forward, especially in your business. SheEO District is a place where you can learn, you can thrive, you can grow, you can network, you can meet people, and just come and be yourself. Even if you don't say very much, they're gonna come hug you, they're gonna find you, they're gonna introduce themselves. You're gonna come out of all that shyness. And you're gonna network with the ladies, right? But you can continue to be who you are because you have value, and you can receive love there as well, and you can grow there. You can take the classes they have to offer you. I just love going to the brunch, because the brunch, when we talk about coping strategies, the brunch, that's a coping strategy for me. That's something I invest in me. That's something that I need from the mental health side, that I can go network. I bring my paparazzi jewelry. I do the paparazzi because that's an outlet for me, right? So finding your balance with it all helps the mental and the inner man also too. So it adds great value to who you are if you want to go. If you're willing to put yourself out there, if you don't go, you won't gain anything. So you got to go. So come on to the SheEO District on the April 29th. But that's what I have going. The last thing I want to leave with everyone is God loves you. He has a plan for you. Life can be great for you. Just give it an opportunity. Step out on faith and not in fear. Remember who you are. Remember that your life has purpose and meaning. Don't allow your thoughts to consume you. Don't become a prisoner of your thoughts. You have more power than that. Okay? That's all I want to leave with you for now.
Katrina over here sound like Tabitha Brown. Come on, girl. You get girl, yes.
And I love her too.
I love it. I love it. Make sure that y'all come, like she said, to the SheEO brunch, because again, she spoke about, thinking about the fact that we need connections. I mean, that's what life is all about. You're not an island. And one of the things she did speak about, when I read in her bio, is that one of her specialties is talking about isolation and loneliness. And a lot of times, we isolate ourselves when we feel like, things are not going right, or we just feel like, nobody cares about what's going on. And so we want to make sure that you can get with Katrina. Make sure that you connect with her. Make sure that if that's what's going on, that you talk to her and figure out what is going on when you talk about that, because separating yourself and putting yourself in isolation is not a good thing. You need to find outlets and connect with other people so they can rejuvenate you and let you know that, number one, whatever you're going through, you're not by yourself. There's people out here who genuinely care about you and want to see you do well. But number two, your situation, the Bible said there's nothing new under the sun. So trust and believe if you're going through it, somebody has been through it at varying degrees. Maybe yours is bad, somebody else's may be worse. Somebody else's may not have been as bad, but people go through various different stages. And so let her help you get yourself together, because we don't want you to stay stuck in that place. Don't stay stuck in anxiety and depression when you got somebody amazing that will be willing to come and help you to do what she does best, is to get yourself outside of the four walls into a beautiful space, because Jeremiah 29:11, she didn't drop all them scriptures earlier, right? Because God knows the plans he has for you. So listen, that's who you need to connect with, somebody who can pray for you, talk to you, help you to get yourself together, but also encourage you and inspire you with a lot of love. And that's what it's really all about. We want somebody who genuinely cares about you. And I think y'all have seen in just how she's talking tonight that she is that one. So make sure y'all connect with her. I just love just even having the conversation, Katrina. I just appreciate you being here. Appreciate you sharing your information. So listen, let me tell y'all, tomorrow morning, y'all will see me back again. Tune in, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time for Empowered Mornings with the Fab Five, baby. We are on here, honey. We are coming through. Tomorrow is Tuesday, so Testimony Tuesday. So listen, make sure you tap in, because when you share a testimony, I'm telling you, it's a powerful thing. So we definitely want to see you in the place in the morning right here, broadcasting live in the SheEO District. Also, come back next Monday night. Next Monday, I have Miss Candy Parker, who will be the person that's going to be coming on to center stage. So make sure you tap in, connect, so that you can find out what Miss Parker does, baby. Listen, y'all know about Miss Parker, so we're going to leave it right there and let her tell you about it herself, right? But I'm super excited. So hopefully all hearts and minds are clear. Y'all have enjoyed this broadcast. Share it out to everybody. Make sure that you if you're doing a replay, hashtag replay, so we know that you've been on here. And Keisha said, oh, Lord, I done missed y'all. Honey, you better go back and listen to the replay.
That's right, Keisha.
Drop some gems, honey, in this thing to help us get our lives together. So listen, thank you again for being here. We'll make sure we put all of your information in the chat so people can follow you. Follow you. But definitely, honey, outside of the four walls has came to you live and in person, baby. So you cannot say you don't know anything about it. And somebody said, I just love me some honey, Katrina, honey. They done gave you Katrina McDonald Wilcox.
I love you too.
What you say? I love you too. Amen. Yes, keep on to the replay, baby. Hashtag it for us so we know you're coming back. All right, y'all. Listen, make sure next Monday night, join us here on Center Stage, and y'all see the kind of people we bring on here. Quality people with great information that will help you in your business. I don't care if you are doing the same type of business, or you're doing something else, there's always nuggets to learn. And then if you're not even in business, it's always something to help out. Because what she shared about going to the brunch and doing something for you, have an outlet. Have some balance. You can't just work hard. You want to work hard and play hard, but you can't just play hard. You want to play hard and work hard too. So it's a balance. So Katrina, thank you again for sharing. Y'all have an amazing rest of the Monday. Things happen, right? This is 2023, baby. We are unapologetically showing up, running our business, living our lives, and we are SheEO Center Stage. Miss Lene,
yeah,
tell us, honey, about these whoopie pies and how you got started in the business.
Wow, that is a short but long story. I actually started baking at 6. Hello, everyone. I am Renee Lene Mitchell, and the owner and chef of Lene's Whoopie Pies and Pastries.
Hey, ladies, have you heard about the SheEO Center Stage? If you have not, then please go to the page, check out some of our recent broadcasts, and then go to the SheEODistrict.com, click on programs, go to SheEO Center Stage, and then register so that we can showcase you on the center stage. That's right. It's an opportunity for you to get increased visibility for your business. And not only that, you establish your credibility in your chosen niche, and you promote your products and your services. You let people know who you are, and it's just going to change the game and help your bottom line altogether. And that's what it's all about, positioning yourself and your business to be seen by the masses. So listen, go ahead, sign up, register now so that I can be talking to you on Monday nights on the SheEO Center Stage. I will see you there. Welcome to Center Stage.